Valen, who is no longer in this whited state. You see him return to this sort of off-white looking skin from the bright white that he had previously there. You see he's like bunched over pretty good. Clearly this is not something he can do without paying a significant price, at least in the short term thereafter. He looks on the verge of passing out. The two brothers holding him up, sort of doing their best to keep him steady. It seems like they're not really even thinking about you guys potentially killing them. Or if they are, they don't believe themselves in a position to fight back anyway. It's clear that Valen is okay, besides the fact that he's exhausted, but the other two are, on death's door. Yeah.
I'm going to say Nugget, Sebney, Bran. Just like to summon you guys over to like this burning body as I'm edgelord looking down at it.
Come on, Alec, you're a religious man now.
Not so long ago, I was a good person. A teacher, even. And this man here took that all away. I've seen so much injustice in this world. You guys have shown me that justice again. In a matter of days, you've relieved me from the chains of Vecna. And I believe that together, and I like create a flame around my arm, we can purify the rest of this land of injustice. And I turn and I look over at the other three, the three people who we are wanting to kill.
I mean, we can still kill Yor and Skyrazor after, like, just without them, without Isha Morven coming back. We don't have to ally ourselves with these folks to do right by everyone else.
I kind of look at Bran and maybe questioningly.
The righteousness of Torm flows through you now, friend. You see the light.
It's hard for me to tell. I've made so many mistakes. I've done terrible things.
It's certainly
But
not an honorable thing, but it is the right thing, I think.
If you three can continue to guide me, perhaps I can continue to change my ways. Just point me in the right direction. And the flame like on my arm grows like hotter. I mean, I'll torch these guys, but I kind of want to wait for Will as well.
Yeah, it's my. I think he wants to kill
the White Wizard.
Valen. So
yeah.
So I mean, we at least got that on him.
What is our plan with this Skyrazor? He's done no wrong to me, at least.
He's not a just king. A lot of people have issues with him as well. I mean, that's the whole reason we teamed up with these guys in the first place. They betrayed the chosen few in order to get the king out of where he is, but they're trying to install Isha Morven. And I don't know if you guys recall, not you, Bran, you're exempt from this, but the rest of you, the reason we're in this mess in the first place was we were down in the sewers with Isha Morven, and he hit Tick really hard with a stick, and he summoned the beholders. Like, do you remember? That's like the whole... Yeah. He started all of this. We can't let him come back.
Mm-mm.
I'll certainly feel bad about trying to kill these people while they're on death's door. But that's all I'll feel bad about.
Were the shoe on the other foot, they would do the same to us, and you know it.
That's so true.
We should take the opportunity while we can and eliminate these targets. Deal with Skyrazor next. Doesn't matter who's in charge. They all do unjust things, in my opinion. None of these so-called rulers or kings are good people.
When we first started coming over to Wessinger, I thought to myself, perhaps, perhaps we side with them and we attack the king. Perhaps we side with the king and we kill them. But it was only now that I just realized we don't have to do either. We can forge our own path through this. Both sides are unjust. So why pick the lesser of two evils when we can be good instead?
Precisely my point. And I grow the flame even more in my hand and I say, let them all burn.
I got a sword that's on fire right now. I'm with you here.
All right.
How far are they? From us?
They're right behind us. Do you hear
We're
what they're saying?
"What the fuck?"
Not far, but not right behind you. I mean, they did go down to see about Valen, who is 60 feet away from the combat. So, if you guys are gathered around, you'd be far enough away from them to where they wouldn't hear anyway.
Well, I mean, Tick Tick kind of just has to give his insight on this.
I'm going to say I'm a couple steps back and I'm quiet, just observing. I'm listening to the conversation and I'm visually observing what the three across the way are doing.
You can see that now they're going about bandaging their wounds.
As we're sitting here talking about justice or whatever, I'm gonna sort of start to I'm gonna start breathing techniques, get hype again. I'm gonna rage. And I don't have to be in combat and be either hitting someone or have someone hitting me to continue raging for now. So I will just do it now to prepare.
All right. Tick Tick, it's clear to you that your friends are gathered together, though you're not a part of it, and you can only imagine what it is that they're probably discussing. What would you like to do?
Hey guys, I was just ticking around, found the cool ashes of Vecna. Those probably seem like something I should hang on to, just in case.
Probably not.
Guys, find any good spoils of war?
Can I just say something really quick? I think it's funny that you're talking with only half your face, Tick Tick is too short.
That's awesome. No, leave it. Yeah.
No, I think it's part
Just
of
out of frame.
That's amazing. Yeah.
I can play from now on. Sorry,
That's awesome.
I totally buy into it.
That's so funny.
What are we talking about? What big decisions are we making? Have we formulated a plan to sneak into the airship yet?
We gotta kill these other three.
Which three? The skeletons? I think they're dead.
The other white.
Oh, Valen definitely has to go.
Yes.
Poke the bear.
Let's do it now
You're
then.
damn right. I did. Yeah.
Let's jump Valen while he's not paying attention.
Exactly. Fucking
hold on. Before Nugget runs over there, I'm gonna touch him on the shoulder, and I'm gonna say, for all the times I've hit you with my spells, perhaps I can avoid doing that. And I'm gonna slap you on the shoulder, and I'm gonna cast Fireproof on Nugget, and I will tell you what that does. And if any point these sound not broken spells or something, just let me know. Or then I'll totally change them.
I mean, I hope it makes me fireproof.
I think it's resistance. I don't think it's sorry, I'm copying and pasting them so that I can more easily. Yeah, so it's a second level abjuration, one action. It lasts for an hour. Apparently it uses an ounce of powdered lime. I'm gonna rub that on your forehead. Yeah.
Like Simba.
Yeah. It says you touch a medium-sized or smaller inanimate object. Oh, it's inanimate.
Oh. Well, I am animate, unfortunately.
Damn, that is not useful at all. Shit. Okay. Never mind.
I assume you cast a spell on me anyways. And I'm gonna I'm gonna not looking at you. I'm like sort of moving my feet back in the dirt, getting ready to charge like a bull, and I'm just gonna subconsciously go, "Thanks, Dad," and I'm gonna start charging.
I'm not gonna cast a spell on him. I'm just gonna send him in there with like high hopes that like something's gonna be. It's gonna be great.
Inspiring.
Whenever he makes contact with Valen, I'm gonna hold an action for my javelins.
Okay. So you're just going to run up and attack Valen?
I'm not going to Valen. I am going to plunge my sword directly through Jordal.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for that attack.
Very rage.
I'd like to shoot Valen with my javelins.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Okay.
Got a dirty 20.
That is going to hit, yes.
Do we get advantage on this or no?
No.
Okay. One of them is a natural 1.
Okay.
The highest I got was a 27.
Okay.
The lowest was 13. I assume that misses.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one, 24.
That hits.
23.
That hits.
Okay. Yeah, the other 2 missed, the 2 and the 1. Okay.
29 points of damage.
Okay. How would you like to do this?
I'm not showing off. I'm not enjoying what I'm doing as a concept. So I'm just gonna run up and just I'm quick as possible. I'm just gonna right through the chest into the heart, hopefully, and just try to put him out of it.
Oh, he looks up to you. Why?
We can't have Ishamovin back.
We had an accord. You traitor. And he slumps over dead. Tick Tick, I need you to roll on the random magical effects table 4 times.
Oh no!
You don't get to reroll these.
Oh, sad. Okay.
We unleashed hell.
Logan, did you send me that spell suggestion individually, or was that?
I think I sent it to you individually. I don't know.
Well, yep, that's it.
Oh.
I think I am going to use that. That sounds pretty cool.
Guys. Logan.
Mhm.
154 damage.
Mm-hmm. How would you like to do this?
Oh my god.
I just move the arm up.
And did you roll for the damage from the 1? Because that is going to hit your buddy, Nugget.
I didn't. Let me do that.
All right. First effect, I get 7 years older.
Oh my god.
So you
So you're
guys
8?
see as this flash of brilliant white light exudes from Tick Tick, wrinkles seem to cut into his face, though not as pronounced because he doesn't age as fast as us humans.
Second one, an eye appears on my forehead for the next minute, and I have advantage on wisdom checks.
Yeah, at the same moment, you guys see his forehead split open, blood pouring down both sides of his face as an eye sprouts underneath the white streak of hair now glowing.
For the third one, I regain 5 hit points at the beginning of each of my turns for the next minute.
Okay, you see as energy begins swirling around Tick Tick, his eyes brilliantly wide as energy is just inflowing from the surrounding area. You see some like random desert cactus plants and things dying around him as the energy is absorbed into him. His hair now like fringed in white, his skin becoming paler.
Oh. All right, and the last one, I become invisible for the next minute. Creatures hear me during this time.
And then Tick Tick disappears in a flash of white light.
The fuck?
Nugget, are you still up?
Yeah.
In which case, the rest of you are looking around. Tick Tick, what would you like to do?
You know, for the first time in Tick Tick's life, I don't think he knows what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just gonna stand there in shock, maybe fall to my knees, screaming, although nobody can hear me, as I see my mentor, my oldest friend, die in front of me.
All right. As he's doing that, you see Jordal's brother look over. Well, if it's treachery, then I won't die with a sword in my hand, you cowards. Throws down his weapon.
Who's this?
Jordal's brother. Glory dig.
What kind of weapon is it?
He uses this sort of long, it's like a blade, like a great sword, but then it kind of comes out and almost like an axe head at the top.
Is it can I tell, is it like a great sword or is it?
It would be functionally a great sword, yeah.
And he looks pretty messed up, right?
Oh, he's, an inch from death.
I say silence. And I unleash a barrage again.
Oh, dear God.
He just nods, doesn't say a word as one after another they find home as he's not attempting to dodge them or prevent them from hitting.
So they all hit?
You bury him.
I kind of want
Well,
to roll, but I don't want to roll all that.
I was gonna let him like run away, but I suppose that works too.
You spend a few brief moments looking around, wondering where Tick Tick
Where'd
went.
Tick Tick go?
He just disappeared.
Disappeared in a flash of white burning light.
And it was after he cast a spell, right?
No, it was after a bunch of random magical effects started happening to him after he saw Jordal die.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
It's the first person Sebney killed.
Valen,
So you killed Valen first?
154 damage.
Oh shit.
Dropped him.
Valen was not a very healthy fellow.
Oh, that would wipe me.
Yeah,
Same.
but half that would have wiped Valen, so.
And only 3 hit. Oh, damn. Uh-oh.
Hmm.
As time ticks forward, you all have this odd few moments of silence looking between one another. As Sebney, your transformation ends.
Before it does, I would like to heal Nugget and say apologies when I give him health.
Okay.
For the level 6 healing spell, 70 health.
Okay, thank you. Make sure to prepare for our other friends' mental health as well, because I'm known not to do very well with those things.
You think I can do better?
Yes.
It's about halfway through this conversation that Sebney's eyes, where they were just this beat black, almost insect-like eyes before, there's this brief moment of white energy that goes back and forth between them before they become normal and then just fade away into this sort of glossy state as Sebney falls to a knee and then his face plants directly into the sand before him. Tick Tick, you spawn back, like you have always been existing, you're just invisible. You spawn back into being able to be seen by everyone else as Tick Tick, or as Sebney rolls over, just sort of dazed and confused.
I think at this point I'm just sort of like kneeling over a Jordal's dead body here as I walked over there, realizing nobody could hear me. And I'm sobbing.
Yeah. Sebney, you have no recollection of the last minute. No idea what happened.
So that includes Vecna being killed.
Yep.
I get up, I say, where's Vecna?
Return to the grave, at least.
Yeah, we killed him. You just killed Valen as well. And Glordig.
No, I didn't.
Is your last memory you with a whale arm, perhaps?
Yeah.
Yeah, that It seems that's you don't recall the events that we just went through.
What events? And I look around and
I gesture to the 3 bodies.
oh,
The gigantic tower that's just kind of there.
No, the tower is gone. I collapsed it to
Ah,
cause
that's right.
I'm gonna walk up to
right,
Tick
right,
Tick
right.
and say, "You agreed to let us kill him."
What? I didn't agree to anything except killing Valen. Nugget, what did you do?
I stopped Isha Morven from coming back, and for the Tabaxis to reign over the lands of Essrex as they crown one of their own as king.
You didn't do that. You don't know that. It might not end with Jordal. You killed an innocent man.
I killed someone who was trying to bring about the ends. He was working in cahoots with Isha Morven, who started this whole thing in the first place. Isha Morven brought the beholders to us, got us into this mess.
So then Ethan Morgan should have been your target, not Jordal.
I already killed him, and he was trying to bring him back.
There were other ways to stop that besides killing Jordal.
If he's really the man you say he is, then he would have not gotten seduced by the ways of Isha Morven.
My time with Issa Morgan was long ago, and I renounced those previously.
He didn't. He wasn't going to.
Then we use our words and not our swords.
I can't use my words. I tried using my words.
Ran quickly. We still have time. You can revive him. I have a diamond. You can use it. Well, hurry up. Don't just stand there. Jordal may have had his faults, but he was a good man.
I'm going to walk over to Jordal. And I'm going to kneel beside him and I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray to Torm to guide me to do the correct thing.
If you bring him back, we may just kill him again.
Are you casting a particular spell, or are you just going for a base religion check?
I don't think so. I don't think there's any spell necessarily that's appropriate. I'm just praying to Torm.
All right,
I'm gonna pray next to him, but almost like I don't really know how. Like I just want to help Bran.
Okay, roll a religion check with advantage.
Trust have him roll with advantage. Yeah, him roll with advantage. That's what you mean. Yeah. Okay.
18.
You hear this sort of long, exaggerated sigh. Sometimes things aren't even cut and dry for me. He was a bad man who'd done bad things for a long time. There's no doubt in my mind that he saw a line that would involve your betrayal and more than likely your death. But the way he was killed was not right. Without him, it would have been far more difficult to defeat Vecna. Particularly without him and his sorcerer, Valen. That said, Just because he did something good does not make up for a lifetime of wrongdoing. What was done here was done of malice and of vengeance. Though I cannot say it was not right-headed. We've always been prioritizing whatever must be done, regardless the cost. You know that as well as any. And while your soul becomes further tarnished, perhaps your soul is not all that's at stake.
I say this out loud, what is to become of him?
Save him. I'm gonna respond. Not hearing anything but what is to become of him.
What did he say?
So I'm squatting, but I'm not kneeling, and I've got my spear pointed side down, and I have my head against it. I'm gonna pull away from my spear while it's on the ground. And use it to help stand up. His death was not honorable, but he was too evil to be kept alive. This is the decree of Torm. I can do nothing, as my power channels through him.
I let out a sigh of relief and stand up too.
Who is Torm to decide if an innocent man lives or dies?
Innocent or one good deed doesn't make up for the evils that he has done in his life.
He wasn't a perfect person, but he was not the demon you make him out to be.
I have spoken, and I turn and walk away from his body.
I'm pissed. Tick.
Hold my head as I walk away, like I'm conflicted, but I'm doing the right thing per Torm.
Does Tick walk away, or is he still standing there?
He has not walked away yet.
Okay, I don't know why I pictured him storming off or something.
Bran walked away. Tick's just
Right.
standing over the body.
Okay.
Is Bran within 60 feet of me?
For a good portion of time, yeah.
I'm gonna cast Prismatic Spray at Bran.
I'm gonna counterspell that if I can tell that he's doing it.
I mean, yeah, it's not a subtle thing, to cast a spell. Like to counterspell it.
I'm gonna try to counterspell it, I guess.
Mm.
I don't really know. I suck at counterspell.
Level spell is prismatic spray. Well,
It is 7th.
okay. Roll d20 plus your charisma.
So 11.
Your counterspell fails, and the prismatic spray moves towards Bran.
As I try, I say, "Don't."
For the workup.
The
Like
what?
if I turn and notice him, is he gonna hit me in the back, or can I turn around if I want to?
You could probably hear him like chanting the spell's incantation as you know, and turn around to be hit in the face with it if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna drop my spear and just hold my hands up like this.
I think as I'm casting this, the light from the sun just seems to be drawn directly away, and it's almost like this area is just darkening. And I'm gonna hold my hands like right over the three bodies that I'm next to, and like basically suck all the color out of their being, and harnessing this just throw it at Bran. And I think it is. Probably should have looked up this spell. I believe it's a saving throw. Yeah, I need to figure out what color ray hits you. All right, dexterity saving throw, please.
Are you taking it, Bran? Okay. You mean, then I'm assuming you're not diving to the side out of the way, in which case it hits.
It auto fails.
Yeah, I mean, standing there with your arms spread is about the opposite of succeeding a dexterity saving
Yeah.
throw.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, no, I feel his anger and I just openly let him attack me.
Okay.
Right.
Dog.
That is going to be 38 points of fire damage to you.
Fire?
Yes. Don't walk away. Not this time. I may not always be the smartest, but my voice matters just as much as everyone else here. I fought for all of you. And I wanted to fight for Jordal too, but that chance was deprived from me. Now come back and fix him.
I'm gonna kind of cringe. And then I'm gonna look up. You can have that one, friend. His death is not of my doing, and my God decrees. I have no choice. I understand you're frustrated. But I cannot help you.
I'm just kind of side-eyeing Tick, kind of like, don't do it.
Then tell me where to find Torm so I can take this matter to him myself.
I am a religious man, a follower of Torm. He rarely talks to me. I pray to him, and I get guidance in different ways. He is not one to walk up to a doorstep and find him that way. I do encourage you to search for Torm. Perhaps your search would enlighten you.
You think I'm the one who needs enlightenment? I'm not the one who stabbed a defenseless enemy in the back.
No,
Sorry, defenseless
got
ally.
a defenseless friend in the face.
I'm just walking away.
All right. Tick begins to walk away.
When he walks away, I say, but yet I forgive you.
I don't forgive you.
I'm going to look at Sebney and I'm going to say, as Tick, if he continues to walk away, I'm going to say, just let him go and bring him back. I'm I'm gonna like walk over in Brand's direction. Give him time to cool off.
I nod. I trail behind Tick Tick. Stealth. Well, I guess not stealthily, but following him. I guess not letting him get too far.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and give him the slip. If I
The slip.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and sneak away from you.
The slip, though. Okay.
Roll a stealth check and simultaneously roll a perception check, 70.
Myself advantage on this roll too.
The perception.
Giving him the tick slip.
Oh, come on, man. 18. I don't think it'll be enough.
28.
All right. As you're moving in through the northern desert that makes up the top of Essrex here, you're quickly brought upon an area of extremely rocky sort of limestone. And it's in this sort of area where you see Tick Tick begin to pick up speed. And all of a sudden, there are several outcroppings all around you. They all look about the same. You turn around one, and you see a number of different sort of shallow caves cut into the side of the limestone and overhangs and outcroppings. And you have no idea where Tick Tick went.
I'm gonna... Let's see if I can use any magical. No, I'm just gonna try to track him, I suppose. You know, just keep up with him. Obviously, I lost him, but...
Yeah, roll a survival check to see if you're able to track him.
Okay, survival. That will be a 29.
Okay. Tick Tick, what do? Do you hide or you keep going?
No, I keep going.
Okay, roll another stealth check.
23.
Okay, so 70, you are at least able to follow his trail for a while, though you haven't seen him yet. Meanwhile, the rest of you, what are you doing?
I would say if 30 minutes pass without any sign of them, I might begin to get worried and maybe say like, we probably need to find 70 and Tick. Figure this out. Like I said before, we don't have to be friends, but we do have to complete our mission. Should we go try to find him?
Who are you talking to?
Talking to you and Nugget. I mean, if they've been gone like more than 30 minutes.
I would assume at this point, I mean, depending on how long you wait, I mean, it's going to take some time. So, yeah, 30 minutes, sure.
What do you want to do? Nugget, what do you think? Do we need to go find Tick?
Oh, frankly, I don't really give a shit. If you're right, and we don't have to be friends, and Tick Tick was the closest friend I had here, and even he doesn't agree with me, what the fuck am I even doing here? I think I'll head inside Wessinger for a while, look around. You know, I just thought it was funny that when we were by ourselves without Tick Tick, you talk all about how killing Jordal is the justified way to go, and about how your newfound faith shows that you're a new man. But as soon as Tick Tick shows up and it's to his face, then you're just willing to stand behind Bran and let him do all the talking. Just thought that was interesting. And I'm gonna walk off this time.
Towards Wessinger?
Yeah, I'm assuming there are walls around the city, and I'm just gonna climb them.
Yeah, you're not very close to the city yet. I mean, you're still like a good walk from the city.
I'd
You
like
to make sure
to
that
actually. I'd like to start walking over there, and then I want to start sprinting towards the city because I don't know how to deal with issues, and so I'm just gonna literally run away from them as fast as I possibly can.
all right. Allow
I
me
believe
to
I can
show you.
move if I can dash as a bonus action and as an action, so I'm moving 120 feet in 6 seconds. So I'm just
Oh my god.
There it
Damn.
is. So this is the inner Western Shore. You see off in the distance all these sort of towering structures, clearly constructed by someone far away from your knowledge and your expertise with this sort of work. You're familiar with talk of such things from elven civilizations far away, but only those have been stories. This sort of interconnected, odd plated city of beautiful dome structures, all plated with these same green scale like things. In fact, you think that they might be scales. Looking across this city, you see two gigantic towers off in the distance, marking two of the external towers around the continent of Essrex, both in the same city. You also see the Grand Palace surrounded by these huge jutting gemstones, glowing brilliantly, blue and red, seeming to harness energy in themselves, the light flickering as if coursing through them. Above, you see the grand walkways of the Wessenjor Palace between some of these extended structures, these long, sort of extended tightrope-like walkways, high up in the air, hundreds of feet over the ground beneath them. And it's there you see hovering the airship. But for the city, you see these two gigantic balloon-like shapes over top of it, seemingly holding it aloft, with two blue propellers spinning in the front of it, similar to what you've previously seen sort of in construction far to the south. The airship hovers there, seemingly uninhabited, though the city shows some resemblance of people moving around. You see some activity throughout the streets. You also see that there's been a giant wall of stones put up, blocking the city interior from those around. These huge boulders, clearly larger than any one man could ever move, were probably, as Jordal said, lifted by airship and brought and dropped individually to prevent those gathering around Wessenjor from entering. You see a number of tents and teepees and hovels and little temporary structures outside of central Wessenjor, where all of the other sort of refugees and potentially some previous Wessenjorians are gathered and sort of clamoring in an attempt to get inside the city to prevent themselves from being obviously in danger of not only the Greys, but the elements. Looking from this campsite and all around, you see this conglomeration of bodies. It's briefly disturbing before you think it might be some sort of massive beast, a creature of the night, some sort of ungodly apparition. But as you come closer, you see something that disturbs you perhaps even more. An orgy of unfathomable proportions. Hundreds of people intertwined, all chanting and screaming the same phrase. Relay, Waganagel, Fatagan, over and over. 77. Over and over and over again, as they all surround a great bonfire that is slowly changing from a deep orange to a green. You can only imagine what this might mean, but you fear, after having heard of what was happening with Issa Morven, that this could be involved in the resurrection ritual.
What was the first word in that chant they were saying?
oh, you know what it
Relay.
was.
Oh, you know, bro.
Oh, you know. You know.
You know. You know what, Logan? We were
Is
having
that what I think it
we were
is?
having a nice, lucky, go happy campaign, and now we just gotta have these cosmic fuckers fucking it up. Their insight and intelligence, playthings of gods and whatnot.
Relay. I barely know her.
Lay? Is that a tourist attraction?
Is this near where Nugget's trying to climb the wall?
I'm assuming Nugget has not tried to climb the wall yet.
Okay, yeah, because
As he's come
go
across
through that. Yeah.
He's just now come to the city. Meanwhile, Bran and Alec, are you guys staying at this scene of the battle, or are you going one direction, going the other? What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go after Nugget. He's gonna get himself into trouble.
I'm
I know
fucking
he will.
fast, bro.
It's gonna be
I'm
a
just gonna,
hard
like-
time to catch up. But
I don't. With avoiding showing other people that we're here, I'm gonna try to yell Nugget as loud as I can so that only Nugget will hear me. But as I run after him, I have to get Nugget, and I'm gonna like chase after him. Bran.
I'll
Bless you.
follow. I'm going to
Bless
follow
you.
behind like I'm conflicted and irritated, but I'm going to go anyway.
as you two chase Nugget down, he seems in a frenzy to get to Ressenjor until all of a sudden he stops in his tracks, overlooking this sort of odd circular orgy surrounding this green flame.
What the fuck?
And that is when we'll pick up with the other group. Tick Tick, you are continuing onwards. You think that you have a decent distance between yourself and Sebni. Where would you like to go?
Yeah, I'm gonna polymorph into a bird, just a normal bird, not like just a normal bird.
And I am gonna play a nasty trick on Tick Tick. So I get the ability to just use alter self. Like that is, I can use the spell at will without expending spell slot. And I'm gonna alter self into Jordal. Tick Tick. Tick Tick. I'm gonna call out to him. Where are you?
Do I see him?
As a bird, you could definitely see him. Yeah.
I'd like to not do that so that it might be harder, but I would not like to do the most recent rendition of Jordal, but the older one that we saw when we fought him in the desert and like that hideout with the ghost dude.
Yeah, it's still not hard for you to do. I mean, you can do it.
I guess I was like 4 days ago, maybe a couple more.
Been a week or so,
Yeah.
2 weeks maybe.
That's right. Yeah.
Let's see, with the intelligence of a bird, I probably don't realize this is a trick. So I'll land on a nearby tree branch and sort of watch.
Okay, suddenly you see the first bird that you've seen since coming to this part of the desert.
Can I know if that's him? Like, there's no birds in the desert.
No, you've got no idea if it's him, but you haven't seen any other birds.
Okay, I think. Whoa, that's. I say. I nod to the bird because I like the birds, and I call it. I say, Tick Tick, where are you? I need to speak with you. It's urgent. And I'm just gonna keep wandering, walking past the bird. Tick Tick, Tick Tick, Tick Tick, your food's ready.
Sorry. I'll wait until he's like past me, and then I'll land behind him and unpolymorph.
I turn around and I see the bird. I'm like, cool bird. And I say, Tick Tick, there you are.
Yordle's dead.
This is true. I am dead. But I have to tell you one final thing, Tick Tick. You are my greatest friend. And I walk off.
That's gonna help.
Yeah, jeez.
Okay, I keep walking.
I actually am trying to guide him back with us. So
More-
like,
In my endeavor.
Like the opposite direction of Jordal.
No, I don't know what direction Jordal's going in, but I'm heading for he had mentioned it to a camp of his forces somewhere outside the town. That's what I'm headed for.
Oh, outside of Westinjor. Oh, so
That's where, is that where we're at?
yeah. It's kind
Oh,
of the
okay.
Same direction.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were also going that way. Okay. Easy enough to do. I'll say that you briefly kind of got turned around trying to give Semi the slip before coming upon the same scene, though from a slightly different perspective, more toward the stone wall, the wall of stones, I should say, that has been dropped here in Westinjor. And you also see this sort of odd, piling of bodies in this unceremonious orgy of some kind, as they are all chanting some, nonsense words.
Yeah, I'm gonna wade right in and try and get to the middle.
Okay, yeah, easy enough to do. You kind of find yourself, few people like, oh, what you doing? Kind of getting annoyed as you're making your way through, but you push through relatively easily, and you see yourself face to face with this glowing green flame. And as you do, you begin to see crackles of black electricity within it.
Son of a bitch. Do
So
we
we're
see Tick
so
go
we're
over?
both at like
Hmm.
we're all at this camp now.
Yeah, and all of you see as because you're a bit higher up, looking down on this orgy going on. You see Tick Tick emerge from the orgy and just stare directly at this fire in front of him.
I'm gonna try to keep up with him, obviously.
Okay, you're ducking and diving through this orgy as well. Not quite as easy for you to do. Go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw.
Big
Or
slip
not a
and
saving throw,
fall.
just a check.
Don't roll a 1, dude.
20.
Okay, not bad. You're able to kind of fight your way through. You reach there right behind Tick Tick. Tick Tick staring into the flame. Tick Tick, what would you like to do?
Well, who's in charge here?
There's sort of a brief, pause in some of the orgying directly around you before you hear a voice shout out, "Yes, that would be me. Can I help you, Outlander?" As you move forward, you see this sort of light blue-skinned individual. You think that he may be a tiefling of some kind. You see that he has this sort of odd, almost ice-like frost clinging to his face. You see angular features cutting through pale blue scales, white hair sort of descending down to his shoulders, and the mark of a gold adventure hung around his neck. You recognize this as Musmarlum Frostbender.
Lamarlum, it's good to finally meet the real you face to face.
Pleasure's all mine.
You need to come with me.
Do I now? And why is that, little one?
Because the plan's changed.
The plan. You have changed the plan.
I have changed the plan.
Excuse us. You see some of the people make way as you step out of the circle. He says, then lead on.
All right, I'm going to take him back to Jordal's body.
He begins the slow trek with you. Where exactly are you taking me?
To the dock.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see them leaving?
Oh yeah, it's pretty clear sight.
I am going to sprint around this group of peculiar individuals, and I'm going to continue with my plans to climb the wall.
Okay. Roll an athletics check.
I get advantage on climbing because of my gloves, I believe.
You do.
I also have advantage because I'm raging, but I don't know. Is that? Do you want me to count that too?
Are you still raging?
Yes. It only ends when I fall unconscious or I want it to end, and I don't want it to end. So
It has no time limit?
that was my level 15 feature, persistent rage. Your rage is so fierce that it ends only if you fall unconscious or if you choose for it to end.
Okay. Wow. Fair enough. In that case, you have double advantage.
I raged, a second earlier. So that is going to be 27.
Okay. You begin scaling the almost impossibly sheet rock formation. All of a sudden, you start getting a few looks from around as people are staring up towards you. And the stones themselves are easily in the 40 to 50 feet high range. You're slowly making your way in that direction. You're about halfway up now. As you're kind of clinging on with your gloves, you look down at the rather immediate drop-off beneath you.
I'm going to scream out to the people. I'm going to say, maybe not now, but very soon, one of these rocks is coming on down. And then I'm going to continue running up the wall.
They seem a little confused, but also, interested as you continue scampering up the wall. What are the other three of you doing?
Panicking. Bren. What is he doing? I gesture to Tick. He's going to resurrect him. And that one, I like gesture to the wall. We're falling apart and we need to get control of this right now. And Sebni, are you here? You're like with us, right? Or no, you went with Tick.
No, yeah, I was kind of following him. I was going to try to talk to him more, but he is not in a talking mood.
Fuck. He's going to bring Jordal back to life, and we're going to have to kill him again. Can I determine if this resurrection is occurring right now with the giant fire in any way?
It's certainly garnering energy toward itself. I mean, it seems more energetic than initially. You don't know what this resurrection might entail, but it seems to be, currently happening at very least.
Okay, I'm gonna try to wave him down, like try to get the attention of the other two guys by jumping in the air.
Okay, like of Tick and
no, of Bran and Alec.
Oh, yeah, that's easy.
If I can find him.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna point to Bran, and I'm gonna then point to Tick if he's still within range, like trying to signal you go. And then I'm gonna signal to myself, and I'm gonna deal with this bonfire.
Bran, do you begin walking towards Tick?
So Sebni's by the fire. Tick is walking away from the fire with some dude that I don't know. And Alec is next to me.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm trying to signal you to follow Tick.
And we've seen Tick walk away. I'm going to turn to Alec and say, if Jordal is brought back to life, I cannot control that. I will not go against Torm.
So you'll do nothing then?
What do I do, my friend? This seems like a lose-lose situation. Do I take on Tick? I'm not inclined to hurt my friend.
No, you don't. I agree. I don't have the answers. All I know is that our party's split and we're surrounded by enemies.
I'm going to try to get lost within the people and then cast Alter Self again to look like is Marlem, the blue guy, light blue tiefling?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let them do what they want, but
yeah.
That's
it's about this time. Nugget, go ahead and roll me another double athletics or triple athletics, I guess.
Natural 20.
Okay, great. You reach the summit looking over all of Western Jor, feeling this prominent sort of almost gallant victory.
I pee off the ledge. No, I'm just kidding.
And then you hear a voice behind you. Nugget, is that you?
Huh?
Who's
behind me?
Fuck, bro.
Looking down, you see in the midst of this orgy.
Oh no! Don't say that.
Amidst of these people chanting these unintelligible words, a single string of words catch your ear. Nugget, I can't believe it's really you. And looking down, you see none other than Maeve Digby.
Why don't? Oh, get out of there! What are you doing?
Who is it?
His mom.
My mom.
Your mom's getting boned by a tabaxi.
Stop! Gross. Get out of there! I'm meeting you. I'm gonna meet you.
Meet where? What?
We're gonna talk. Like just get over there.
They say cats' penises are barbed.
God, guys.
Dan.
She takes a few steps outward, and you do see that she's still like clothed at very least.
Oh my God. That's better to at least look at her, I could do.
Yes. Though you can see that her, light gray skin seems to have grayed even further into a pretty dark gray now.
Nothing worse than seeing your parents get old, man. I'm gonna just jump down the side and scrape all the way down again.
Okay. you do so, and she kind of comes up towards you and like takes almost like a double take it as she gets within 10 or so feet. Is it really?
I'm a hugger.
She hugs you too. She says, I don't. And all of a sudden, you see this like moment of recognition crosses her face. What's going on? Where am I? What are we? Oh dear God.
Are you all right? What happened?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Do you have any recollection of what is happening directly to our left?
I'm afraid so. I think that there was a grand battle in Betrexen. And she like takes a moment to calm down.
Yes. Why were you in Betrexen?
The headmaster, Pierre, do you know of him?
I know of him. Did he do anything to you?
I'm afraid he must have. He was taking in the grade. He promised us a new life. He said that we would be safe from the Inquisition, but he must have messed with my mind somehow. I did horrible. Oh my God.
Shh. Maeve, it's all right. Come here. I'm with you.
You see, she starts hyperventilating as she recalls some of the things that she's done, and she then, like, quickly gets a hold of herself, grabs by the shoulder, and says, "The Greys, the ones who have magical potential. He's enlisted them in some sort of army. He has our minds under control.
Where is he?
He's here.
What? Here? In that?
No. And she gestures off, and you see in this like many, sort of ramshackle different encampments, you see a large central tent that seems to be intact. It's there, but all of us great magic users, we didn't have a choice. We fell into whatever he said.
I'm gonna take my gauntlets off.
What was I just doing with these people?
And I'm gonna grab a hold of her face. Listen, I've been through some shit very recently, and I really wanted to talk to you. Okay. I've been having some issues.
She like keeps like glancing down to her hands, like as if imagining the horrible things that she's probably been forced to do on behalf of the chosen few.
Listen, we gotta have a talk later. We can go. There's this place called the Split Pig. It's lovely. We can share some mead. Mom, I've drank mead. I've grown up so much. We can talk about all these things later. But right now, we need to get you to safety.
No, we have to free the other magic users. They're just like me. They just haven't broken out yet. We only seen you broke me from the spell. We need to break them all out. They're being used.
I gotta get some people first. And I've gotta apologize or something as soon as possible.
Well, I'm coming with you, wherever you go. I won't lose you again. I will not be alone here.
Try to keep up. I would grab her arm and then fucking Sonic just.
Okay, she definitely cannot keep up if you run at full speed.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm just running as fast as I can with my.
Yeah. For an old lady, she's matching your speed well enough.
I'm gonna try to, as my disguised self, I'm gonna try to, get everybody to stop and be like, stop, and I'm gonna start pushing people.
All of a sudden, like basically within a few moments, you see it mostly die down, the chanting subside, and they'll like look to you for direction.
Our task has changed. We must immediately move everyone around the wall. Find your own spot near the rocks. Go on.
Okay, then they just begin scrambling around, walking towards the wall.
Does the fire change at all?
Yes, pretty much immediately the green energy is lost and just returns to seemingly, normal bonfire.
I'm gonna like lean forward, like looking at what he's doing. He's a fucking genius.
I'm gonna. Who? I wouldn't know, but I'd like to try to think of who here is hostile. Obviously, Ms. Marlem is, but actually, no. I'll ask around. I'll say like, is the headmaster Pierre here? Where is he? I need to speak with him.
Oh,
that?
I do believe he's in his tent. Yeah, last I checked. I don't really know right now.
Yeah, if they all
Thank you. No worries.
If they all stop chanting, I'm gonna be like, oh, like something must have happened.
I'm gonna hit Bran and say, 70's the closest in harm's way. Let's go. I'm gonna go down towards 70 if I can.
Okay. Meanwhile, Tick, what are you doing in this time?
Have we made it back to the corpses yet?
Yes, I'll say that you've just now arrived with Ms. Marlem. What exactly happened here?
Betrayal. And you and I are going to fix it. It's clear that the battle for Wessenjor has been lost. The chosen few are all but eliminated.
You're wrong. We stand with more numbers than we ever have. We found a way to infiltrate the minds of those who oppose us.
You are wrong. You are not listening to me. The people who stabbed your leaders in the back here will put an end to this entire insurrection. I know.
They will not be able to.
Miss Marlem, look at me. The battle for Wessenjor is lost. The only thing we can do is slink back to the shadows and rebuild. You are going to do exactly what I say, because Jordal named me second in command. Take Jordal's body, no one else's body, take the ship, take the body back to Offstaren, lie low for 2 weeks. I will meet you then, and we will revive Jordal together.
How many of the pieces do you have?
Almost all of them.
How many?
How many are there total? 10, right?
8.
7.
You have 7?
But the Omniweaver is not of concern right now.
What?
It is not our primary focus. Our primary focus is Jordal Cragfoot and his timely resurrection.
We can do that here. We have the mechanisms. We have the sorcerers. Why Offstaren? That place is going to be a steaming heap of shit here in a week.
No, it won't. And Offstaren is Jordal's home. My home.
Roll a persuasion check.
$14. Can I use a reaction to give myself a D4?
Sure.
16.
All right. So what if I did believe you for just a brief moment? How would I know that this isn't some grand ploy? I know those you've been running with.
Because I would never betray Jordal Cragfoot. The man saved me from starvation on the street, turned me into the gnome I am today. I owe him everything.
Give me a piece of the heart.
Why should I trust you?
One piece, it's not enough to make a difference. It just prevents you from stabbing me in the back.
How far away from where I am is Jordal's body?
Maybe like a half mile.
Do I have any of the pieces? Who has all the pieces?
I got one. That's all I'm allowed to keep.
I think the majority is within the hands of Alec and Bran.
Alex got an eye, as well as one that was tucked into his bag by Tick Tick. Sevney's got one in his bag.
The one I'm talking about is the leyline traveling one. Because I thought I have that one, but I don't have it written down.
I think we just kind of forgot about it.
Just saying, if
all right, right now, this is the most important magical item in the campaign. Let's decide who has one.
We should. That's what I was gonna say. I should have 2 of them.
I don't care who does, but let's decide right now.
Yeah, good idea. I agree.
Okay, let's go in order.
Yeah.
All right. Number 1, Offsdarens.
How did we acquire that one?
You stole it from.
Oh,
Jordo
yeah,
Crackfoot.
Tick Tick stole it. And then he put it in our backpacks.
And then he put it in our bags.
Or no, either Sebney or Alec has it.
I'll take that. Off Sterns.
Okay. Polskorzens. Same deal. Stolen.
Yeah, I'll just say I have that one because he put it in both of our bags.
Great. Betrexen. I know this one. Nugget. Okay. Zungjin. No idea.
No clue.
I have that one.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Vequilaza. I won.
Yeah.
I think I have
think,
that one.
yeah, Steven
I think I grabbed that one.
Great. Drimmin. This one's in a pipe.
Where do we get the pipe?
I think
The guy. Yeah, I would assume Alec also has that one because
I thought Sebney took the pipe.
I'll check.
I mean, I'm cool either way. I don't care. I probably don't need 3.
I don't have it written.
I don't think I would have allowed myself to have that many, maybe, just in case. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll say I have it.
Okay. The last one you have is Theyuxic, which is the device that travels using the ley lines. And I know that in the past, Tick Tick had used it and been the most comfortable using it due to the fact that he had this connection with the ley lines, but I have no idea if he was in possession of it.
I think that's reasonable for him to have it.
I think it sounds like he does.
It also would be he's the only one who wouldn't have one if this wasn't the case, which seems wrong. So you have it.
Does Nugget have one?
Yeah, I have
Sword.
the Betrex one in my sword,
sorry.
bro.
Duh. Yeah. Okay. All right. You're right.
Great.
I'll take it out. I'll sort of dangle it in front. I will bring it to you in 2 weeks. I would rather have a target on my back than on your back and your cargo's back.
Shouldn't we at least get Headmaster Pierre out of there?
Headmaster Pierre is a target. He will not survive past the next day.
Yorlar, then.
Which one's Yorlar?
Inquisition Elf, when missing, member of the Chosen Few.
Miss Marlem, it's you and me.
Roll a persuasion check.
At this point, I'd like to imagine I'm guiding all of these people to Headmaster Pierre's tent. Plan has changed.
Natural 1.
Sorry, Tick Tick. Really, I am. But the plan is going to go forward as it was initially intended to.
I would like to cast reverse gravity on Miss Marlem and try and just pin him in the sky.
Okay. What's the save?
Save is... Can make a dexterity saving throw to grab onto a fixed object it can match, thus avoiding the fall, and the save is DC 17.
Yeah, it's not even close. Yeah, it's 11. He gets launched into the air.
I just want to pin him there.
Okay.
The weight of gravity.
Yes, you're able to do so relatively easily. What is the meaning of this? Dick!
Betrayed Jordal too? He named me second in command. That means I'm in charge of the plan and where it goes.
Roll an intimidation check.
18.
Why 2 weeks? Why not tomorrow?
I have my reasons. There's more for me to accomplish to prepare for his return. Right now, Jordal has made a lot of noise, and we need to wait for that to die down before we bring him back.
Fine, let me down.
I just let him drop.
Okay, he feather falls. He gently taps his toes on the ground. This is not over between us.
No.
If you consider betraying me, I will burn his body.
And if you betray me, I will hunt you to the end of any plane of existence you retreat to.
There we go. He reaches out a hand.
I shake his hand. Now go to the boat. Be as quiet about it as you can.
He just sort of gives you one last long look and then takes a few strokes out into the water before by some means jettisoning himself and Jordal's body onto the bow of the ship.
I'll meet you at Jordal's old place in 2 weeks.
Do you have a means of talking long distance?
None that are safe.
Expect to be hearing from me.
I look forward to it.
He starts pulling up the anchor.
All right.
All right. Meanwhile, the rest of you.
I would like to lead all of these people to Headmaster Pierre's tent, attempting to trick them to try to kill him.
Oh, so you had him gather around the stones and then leave?
Yeah.
They all look at. What's the meaning of all this? Oh, we had a plan.
Keeps changing. Jordal's gone.
What? What do you mean he's gone?
What do you... Just do as I say.
All right. They begin following you. Bran, Alec, are you closing in with Sebney here, or?
Yeah, I'm following behind Alec.
Where's Nugget at?
Nugget, I was going to say Nugget is running around looking for people who may be able to help him.
I'm gonna try to find them if I can. I didn't go too far because once they all stopped and started moving around, I was like, I see the dude with the blue sky. I go, is that Fassbender? But then he's surrounding the headmaster's pier tent. So now I'm not sure if he's bad, but I'm just trying to find Alec and Bran here.
I'll say it's relatively easy for you to come upon them as they're making their way to 70. You cut them off.
Nice.
Nugget.
It's my mom.
We've met.
Remember when you didn't kill her?
I hope
Bran,
she remembers.
This is my mom. Alec almost killed her once. So I need you guys. Headmaster Pierre's tent, right there.
Yeah,
Whatever the hell was Marlo
Maeve,
Frostbender's doing.
You hear Maeve mutter under her breath. It would have been better had he.
Okay. We got to talk about
Why
this.
is that?
All right, we got to get you some help.
You were right. Great magic users cannot be trusted. We were manipulated too easily, bent to the will of a demon. We did. Betrexen, she trails off.
It seems none of us are innocent these days. But whatever you did wasn't your own fault.
Speak for yourself. I've been good, Mom. Don't worry. Look,
he has been good.
Headmaster Pier's in that tent right over there, and he's mind controlling all these people, including Maeve. A lot of shit's going down. But so Headmaster Pier's over there. We should probably kill him.
I think so.
But also, I'm a little bit scared that once things start going awry over here, they'll escape in the airship. So I was thinking, maybe I could go for the airship. You guys deal with whatever's going on down here.
Who will escape? The king?
Yeah.
He probably is comfortable behind those stone walls. Why would he flee? If we deal with Master Pier, then he'll have no reason to flee, right?
Or I figured, possibly, I don't know. I guess the chosen few aren't allied with the king. That's fair.
No, they're enemies.
Yeah, they're like whole lot. I don't know. Look, it's just floating up there. I could pick up a rock. I could drop it on Pier. He wouldn't have a chance.
Assuming you could even hijack the thing, or steer it over here, or any number of things.
I've ridden.
Might prevent you from getting here or there.
Animals before.
I'll say it's about this time you guys have caught up to Sebni, though. Do any of you know that he is Musmarlam?
That's a good question. Oh, well, I was kind of watching him as he went over there, so I may have seen him polymorph.
Roll a perception check.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let's see. Because I did say, he's fucking brilliant or whatever, and that would assume that I did see what he was, but my perception says it's a 10.
A 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did say he was trying to do it discreetly. Roll a stealth check, or a sleight of hand, maybe, Sebni.
Eight.
Okay, yes. So you actually did manage to see him do it. So you are aware that this guy who looks like Musmarlam is definitely Sebni.
All right. I inform everyone else. Sebni is disguising himself right now. He has some kind of plan. Nugget, I'm sorry for everything that I've put you through. I don't have the answers for everything. I'm sorry that I've done wrong things. I realize that I'm just sorry. I've said it before. None of these people are good. Fuck them all. All I know is that you're my friend. Tic-Tic's my friend. Sebni and Bran are both my friends. And that's all that really matters. So what do you say we go fuck up Master Pier?
I'd say we go fuck up Master. I'm surprised we're not fucking up Master Pier right now.
That being said, if he's able to mind control you Greys, no offense, how does he do that, and how can we prevent him from doing it if we enter combat with him? What do you know? Ask Maeve.
Maeve says, I have no idea. I just went. He said that he was. Oh my gosh, it's a lot to think about. He said that he was getting a new life for people who are gray. We had all gathered there, but those of us who couldn't do magic, he's just killed with the Inquisition. I mean, it was, I assume at least, some sort of planned attack. But then those of us who could, I don't know. He gripped my mind somehow. I'm
gonna call out and say, I need a pyromancer. Where's a pyromancer at?
To this group of people around you?
Yeah. Trying to get Alex's attention.
Well, let's follow Sebni's lead. And I'm just gonna kind of push through the crowd up to where Sebni's at, and I'll say, here, and make a small flame in my hand.
I don't need you for that. Pull out your weapon.
I pull out the chain.
It's what we need. I'm gonna walk into Headmaster Pierre's tent, and with everyone circled around it.
Okay.
I'll go with. Reconcealing my weapon, though.
Walking into his tent, you see rows and rows of grade sorcerers, all kneeling, looking up towards Headmaster Pier. You see him in the same sort of long, wispy white robes you normally do, leaning on this sort of crooked golden cane as he sits almost like a king on a throne above these presumably mind-controlled servants.
Headmaster.
Logan, are there any fires nearby?
None that you notice, besides the giant bonfire outside. It's about this time. Tick Tick, what would you like to do?
Yeah, as I watch just Ms. Marlum row off into the distance here, I'll wait until he's gone a bit, and then I'm gonna turn around and head back to the camp.
Okay. You are making your way up as they're sort of like all eventually heading toward Headmaster Pier's camp, so just keep that in mind. Meanwhile, the rest of you, are you all entering the tent or just Alec and Semi?
I would like it for just to be Alec and I.
Okay. He looks up. I presume you're going to want me to call you Ms. Marlum?
Of course, that's my name.
Is it? Well, you sure have changed recently, Ms. Marlum. And Alec, long time no see.
Headmaster, I don't know what you're getting at, but the plan has changed.
Of course it has. Actually, my plan is just beginning.
I think you mean Jordal's plan, who's now dead.
Pity. I heard from the front lines. Valen had some concerns. A certain demigod, if I recall.
Yes, precisely. That's what this man tells me here.
Yes, well, as horrible as it is to see our good friend Jordal pass away, it does leave room on the throne.
We've actually formed an alliance with your former student, I suppose, under Jordal's commands.
We? And he just
Yes.
cocks an eyebrow, hits his staff on the ground, and all of these kneeled sorcerers stand.
No need to get hasty, Headmaster.
Hasty is one thing I am not, young one.
Looks to be that way.
Perhaps if I spelled it out more specifically, Sebni. I don't care that Jordal is dead. I have what I need.
I'm just gonna snap like my fingers to signal Alec to just throw the chain at him, like while he's talking.
Okay, I'll do that.
Hoping this severs his connection.
Okay.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I'm gonna try to hit him with the chain, the Inquisition weapon.
Okay.
If I can. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll.
My God. Hey, that's pretty good. Let's see, where is that? That is a 26.
Ooh. Okay, 26 hits. Sticks into him, wrapping around his arm.
I think it's better you refer to me as Miss Marlum. Does his connection, like, did the sorcerers react at all?
It's about this time that you see not only the sorcerers around you, but the people outside begin acting confused,
You're
looking
a
around.
genius, Tony. You're a goddamn genius.
What's going on?
Like tighten
What's
the chain
going
a little
on?
bit.
I'm gonna follow me, Alec, and just have him drag him out of the tent.
If I can. You should say something to these grade, though, that are confused.
I plan on it.
I guess I'm going to try to drag Master Pier out of the tent with him on the end of my chain.
Okay. He stands up and says, I'm not too old to walk, pupil.
As we walk out, I have the sorcerers come with too. Everyone, you have been tricked by this man here.
Well, that's plain to see.
And what do you desire to someone who tricks you? Let me give you a hint. And I rip open a portal to the abyss with my portal key.
Tick. As you're approaching, you see Headmaster Pier paraded out of the tent. And you see a portal to the abyss torn in to the air next to him. What would you like to do?
Do I see any party members I recognize around him?
Alec for sure has him connected to his chain.
Yeah, I'm probably standing behind him with a modifier in my hand.
Yeah, you see Ms. Marlem. You just assume it's not Ms. Marlem next to him as well. But if you looked hard, you could probably find Brandon Nugget in the crowd somewhere, but they don't seem as involved directly right now.
I'm just gonna wait and see what happens.
Mm-hmm. One man pipes up.
Do I see Nugget approach?
Yeah, I mean you've been with Nugget here for a bit.
I'm gonna keep an eye on Nugget, or not Nugget. I'm sorry. Do I see Tick?
Oh, Tick. Roll a perception check.
15.
No, you do not. You were pretty transfixed on what's currently happening here.
Yep.
So where does this lead? Where will you be putting him?
I'd transform back. No longer, Miss Marlem. I myself have been tricked by him, but I've found the answer. So long as he can't cast magic, he will no longer be performing any parlor dupes on us. This here leads straight to the abyss. I would assume on a different plane, his connection will be severed.
Cut out the middleman. I don't hate it.
I'm gonna
Can I ask for your name? Is he just a random guy, or is he prominent?
I mean, he seems he seems like you think he's prominent. You ask him his name?
I say, what's your name?
My name's Rathan.
And what would you do, Rathan, to this man?
Honest as I may be, the abyss sounds a good answer, but wouldn't mind killing him with my own hands if I had the choice.
And I call out gladiator style, does Rathan speak for everyone?
Everyone just sort of looks around, sort of still stunned and confused in this moment.
And then
Maeve steps up.
Yeah, not being one of the people who was mind controlled, I'm gonna go, fuck yeah! I'm gonna try to incite the crowd.
And then Maeve steps up and says, if you guys don't do it, I'll flay him with my own hands.
I'm gonna kick the back of his knees to make him fall to his knees.
Oh, get him, Mom. Pat her on the back.
Oh, wow. You really have grown to be a big man, Alec. Wielding magics you don't understand to cut one off from the source. You're lucky your punishment didn't include such a cleavage.
Are you done?
I want to throw a rock at him.
Oh my god.
He catches him in the temple. You see blood begin coming down.
And then
immediately you see other rocks start coming from the crowd. As
even though I threw a rock at him, I didn't mean to hurt him that bad. I was like, oh shit.
Now he's being pretty readily pelted by rocks. Spits a little blood.
I look at Sebney and I say, send him to the abyss, and he's like me, a pyromancer. Probably better. His chances of returning are good. We kill him now. Think of all the lives he took in Betrexen, right? Betrexen?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Betrexen. Think of all the people he made do it. He deserves to die. We should purify him.
Everyone here, besides Tick Tick, roll a perception check.
3.
5.
I'm too
9.
busy inciting violence.
19.
1970, you see as he is able to pull this 3-pronged lever out of his arm, seemingly reconnecting him to his power.
So does he still have the chain on him?
So the chain's wrapped around him, but he like disconnects it.
What are you doing there? And I say, Alec, tighten the chain fast.
As I see this, can I try and move through the crowd to sneak up like right behind him?
Yeah, I mean, no one's going to stop you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to like grapple him while he's down before me and stick the thing back in his arm.
Okay, Tick, what would you like to do?
I would like to cast a subtle spell. Subtle the meta magic. Not.
Yep.
Before he does this, I would say, but like in relation to the portal to the abyss, since everyone is in the mood of not putting him in there, I say, you're right, Alec, and I seal it back shut.
Okay.
I will cast animate objects, and bits of rubble and stuff from the ground are just gonna rise up, and all of a sudden they're all gonna just pelt Headmaster Pierre.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
Come up.
He's like, let's go to the stoning.
Yeah, fuck. I was gonna say like throwing him in abyss is fine, but listen, nothing better than a good old fashioned stoning. They've been doing it for a long time.
So these are all going to be small objects. So they're not like tiny balls, they're all like small stones. I'm assuming won't hit.
What was it? No, no, 9 doesn't hit.
Like hit some random guy.
I'm all right. Don't worry about it.
Or a 10 won't hit, I'm assuming.
No.
Even if he's like
Yep. Even if
I don't know if he's restrained or anything. I guess
he's not, but
I can restrain him if you guys want.
24. I'm assuming.
It's gonna hit.
All these stones just start flying everywhere, like hitting everybody.
13.
No. Oh, no, yeah. On his knees, it does hit, yes.
Okay, 6. Natural 20 for the 7th one. Then won't hit for the 8th one. The 9th one is a 25.
Yeah, it hits.
And the 10th one is another natural 20. So
Nice.
And 3
4?
I calculated right.
4, I thought. You said
I'm going to err on the side of 2 little hits instead of too many. It's a lot of math.
It was 4 hits. 4 hits.
you got 2 nat 20s and then a 25 in the other one.
At 13, yeah.
Oh, so 4 total.
Mhm.
Nat 20s. Okay. Sounds good. So I will roll the ones that are not nat 20s first.
Well, when this starts happening, I'm going to back away from the crowd until I'm at the back of the crowd. And it appears that nobody's really looking at me with all this melee shit going on. And I'm going to fly up into the air about 30 feet and look down on what's going on. Kind of fly up into the dark.
Yeah, okay. Easy enough to do with your boots. You just kind of step up.
6 points of damage. Then 5 points of damage. Then first natural 20 is 4 points of damage. The second one is 10 points of damage. Not as much as I was hoping for, but I'm hoping this spectacle will.
Pretty immediately, everyone else stops throwing rocks. Just looks up at you. Alec, go ahead and roll an athletics check to attempt to re-stab him with this sticky point.
Not doing well. Not doing well.
I like try to help him rather than just jesting to the crowd. Just see him and be like, "Oh shit!"
Okay, roll an athletics check as well, 70.
Love to. Oh, even worse. It's not a nat 1. It's a. I somehow have it, anyways. 8.
Okay. Nugget, would you like to also step up and try and shove this back into his chest?
Yeah, I'll try to fucking.
Yeah, that would help.
Roll an athletics check.
Fuck with my mom. Not about that. All right, let me show you how the real big boys play.
You're like a
That's
30.
a 30 exactly. Yes, that's
You
correct.
just punch it.
Directly into his chest.
That's what you get for fucking with my mom.
Oh my god.
All right. Several more rocks come flying at Headmaster Pierre after a brief pause, seeing these weird levitating rocks attacking him. Tick Tick, would you like to attack again with your barrage of rocks?
Yeah. So actually, they just do it, and I actually get my own action and everything as well.
Right.
That's pretty epic.
Can
I should probably the ones that hit and don't this time.
Can I say stuff? Can I say stuff?
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, are we gonna kill this guy?
I look to Headmaster. I say, "How do you want to die?"
No, I'm not. Wait, I had a second part to that statement.
Oh.
Like what? Once this guy dies, do you guys still want inside Wessinger?
There's like some confusion in the crowd. I just want to be free, one guy says.
Will a 16 hit?
Yes.
Okay. 7, 14.
Yep.
13.
Mm-hmm.
Epic. All right, so 6 hit. Do you want me to total up all the damage together?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. It's 43 points of bludgeoning damage.
How would you like to do this as you just beat the absolute crap out of him with random bits of debris and rubble strewn about?
Yeah, I think as they're sort of struggling on the ground, these just jagged chunks are gonna rise up, and I almost think as they're flying through the air, they sort of crack to form even more jagged shapes, and I think one of them is just gonna go right into his eye. One of them is gonna go into his other eye, and he's sort of flailing. I'm gonna send 4 more to like pin all of his limbs down to the ground, and then one right through his heart.
Uh-huh. Well, at least he didn't suffer, right? Okay, with that,
not enough.
The crowd lets out like a brief cheer, and then they kind of like think back on it like it was something we can cheer about, and then all of a sudden like the cheering like re-swells through the crowd, and Maeve just kind of like leans forward onto Nugget's shoulder and says, "Thank you. He deserved all that and more."
Yeah, I'm sorry about what happened in Betrexen. I heard some stuff. I saw the aftermath. It's all right.
Did you find any survivors?
Oh, there were like a bunch. Yeah, like one of my boys, and I'm gonna point at Stephanie as I'm doing it. Like one of my boys went around. He was like attaching people's arms back on, and like that boy up there was like bringing people back to life. I think maybe I don't remember. Oh yeah, don't worry too much. But yeah,
Maeve
trust
comes
me.
forward and just gives you a big hug, Sebney, and says, "Thank you for fixing some of what I broke."
It's no problem.
Nugget, do you have to stay here? Can we go back to Offstern?
I got a little personal business to settle. I I mean, there's so much uncertainty about my future, a lot of which I wanted to talk to you about, why I'm glad you're here.
Okay. I'm all ears. Now that he's gone, I can breathe a little bit easier anyway.
And I'm gonna start leading her away, and I want to go like sit out in the grass somewhere by ourselves, away.
Okay.
If it's any reassurance, he was on my definitely kill list the whole time. So
I'm gonna look to Tick Tick and say we need to talk soon. Not like in a we need to talk, but like we need to talk.
So Maeve, Mom, I guess. We used to talk all the time about, certain things. You used to read me stories about these great big dragons. And well, that for a time in there, my dream came true. I became a giant dragon, the likes of which were not rivaled in size. I was huge and I breathed fire, the whole thing. But, I'm not too smart and I'm not too wise. So when I became a dragon, I acted like a dragon and not a good one. I thought maybe I could, after this is all over, we could go and move to Dragon Island, this place I heard about, and we always talked about how I'd grow great big and strong one day and we'd fly away and be safe. But you weren't safe when I was gone, and even when I was a dragon, I ended up wanting to kill one of my friends who's mad at me anyways now, so I guess that's all for naught. But what do I do now? My goal this whole time has been to be a big dragon and be able to keep you safe, and we can go fly off somewhere we'd want to be, but being a dragon isn't good. It gets to you. I became something I didn't like. So if I don't want to be a dragon anymore, then what do I even want to be? What am I going to do?
Wow, that sounds unbelievable. You actually did it. You actually became a dragon. That's fantastic. I'm sorry that it wasn't everything that you hoped it would be. I guess I can appreciate how it wouldn't be. Maybe it's something we just have to work at together. Could you still talk, still think while you were a dragon?
Yeah, but my thoughts were like so much more intense and kind of dumb. Like I wanted to call myself Tegun because that's like a dragon name, but it's my name backwards, which is like, sort of resembles my transformation. It was really stupid when I came out of it. I was like, what? That's so dumb. But like, I don't know. It's almost a different side of me. I'm scared. It's like when I used to get mad outside, when I was playing with the scorpions and one of them would get me. I'd fly into a rage and I'd rip their tails off and whatnot. And you always told me not to. You always told me to breathe, but getting so angry is what got me here in the first place.
Well, and she looks over to Headmaster Pierre briefly, sees his body on the ground. Maybe the answer isn't always not to get angry, but to use that anger in the right way. When you were a dragon, when you were getting mad at things, were they unreasonable? Maybe we just need to recalibrate you a bit. Practice. I've raised you once. I'm sure I could do it again.
There was a metal dragon, and I saw him, and I just hated him for no reason. And he let me sleep in his bed, and he made me a bunch of food, but like I hated him just inherently.
Was he good guy?
Well, actually, that's a little complicated, and he was for a bit, but we had to do a thing, and now he doesn't like us. So it's like I guess I'm just learning that things are so complicated. I went out and I tried to be a good guy, like you taught me. But so many times in this trip, I've realized that like maybe people wouldn't see me as a good guy, but like that's what I thought was best. I killed one of Headmaster Pierre's allies who was gonna cause you guys to bring about this whole resurrection ordeal. I mean, and one of my best friends hates me now because of it, because I killed him because I couldn't let that happen.
I think I understand. I agree, Nugget. The world is maybe not as simple as I made it out to be when you were young, and I think that's something that we all eventually figure out one way or another.
I guess becoming a dragon and having my brain grow, 10 sizes just really sunk that lesson in really fast.
I know you were never very religious growing up anyway, but I mean, you know me. Whenever I'm in conflict, I go back to where my power originates. My God, this power, this being from beyond, that sometimes they're able to see things a little bit more clearly than we are. And I know you won't become religious overnight, nor do I want you to be, but maybe we could have Dragon and Mom prayer sessions.
Oh, that sounds rad. Well, wait, what's the god you follow? I always asked you when you were young, and you said, "Oh, you don't talk about religion at the table, and also keep your pants on." You know.
Diane Chet.
That's rather complicated. I have a buddy who's who's really into that sort of stuff. You ever looking for a boyfriend or something?
Oh, what?
Never mind. No, never mind. That was sorry.
It's good though that you have friends that are godly people. I think that is really where true goodness resides. If it wasn't for my religion, I think that I would have a hard time knowing right from wrong. Especially because sometimes the wrong thing to do is so much easier than the right one.
So, what would be the right thing to do in a situation where you killed your friend's best friend to stop a resurrection ritual?
Do you remember that time growing up when you broke that vase?
Which one? The one with the flowers or the red one?
Well, I was thinking of the one with the flowers, but thanks for reminding me about that red one. Do you remember what I said when you broke it? It's not always about fixing the vase. You sat there trying to put it back together for I don't know how long, but sometimes the vase can't be fixed. But that doesn't mean you can't console in other ways.
I never know what to say.
Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes there is no right thing to say. But better to say something than let it simmer, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. But what if the vase was really evil and like it deserved to get cracked, but like you thought it was a really good vase? I just, when someone won't listen to you at all.
I think that's something you're going to have to answer for yourself. If he's so obsessed with this evil being, well, then maybe there's no consolence to be made, but sometimes people do evil, really, really evil things, and it's not totally in their control. I hope you can agree with me there, or it will certainly not be a very happy relationship going forward.
Like I said, when I was a dragon, I almost ate somebody.
So maybe your friend's vase was evil, but who knows? Maybe he had a reason to be.
I know you wanted me to come back to our house outside Offstaren, but I got just a couple things left I gotta do first.
Well, my hearth will be waiting. Make me proud.
I love your mom, and I would give her a hug.
She gives you a hug back.
You know, when you're traveling with 4 other dudes and you really need a hug, it's just so hard because none of them would understand.
I don't know, but sure.
And you want to know what? I'm sorry I ever got mad about you adopting other kobolds. I mean, like, you were trying to save them, but like, I was just upset because I thought you were dead for a bit, but
It's okay, Nugget. You've more than made up for anything that you've done. I think that I may spend some time seeing if there are any other Offstaren grade that want to return there. I don't think I should travel alone, but also I'm sure many others are seeking their home. But whenever you're done, promise me that you'll make it back.
I'll come back.
Preferably in one piece. She kisses you on the forehead.
I'll come back a lot bigger than I am now. So be ready.
I'll keep my eyes peeled. Then she calls off. Is there any other people from Offstaren around? And a couple guys walk up, and slowly they start building a little coalition. What are the rest of you guys doing during this conversation?
I want to check Master Pier's belongings, see if there's anything
Ooh, yeah.
worthwhile.
There definitely is. Roll an investigation check.
I want to talk to Tic
Why am
Tac.
I rolling so bad? 13.
Okay, 13. You see that he has on him, he has this cane that he was carrying around that appears to be magical, but it's hard to say. And then he also has a bag of holding.
Yes, I will take those things.
Okay. You do know about bags of holding that it's a little bit difficult to get things out of them if you don't know what's in them. You know that you could destroy the bag to release all of its contents, but then you would not have a bag of holding anymore.
Doesn't Tic Tac have a bag of holding? So you basically have to know what's in it in order to be able to retrieve it.
Yeah, Tic Tac doesn't have a bag of holding, but he does have this pocket dimension. Yeah,
that's right. But no one else has a bag of holding.
I don't think you have a bag of holding.
What do I know about bags of holding?
They're great for holding things in large quantities.
It's kind of like a pocket dimension, right? Essentially.
It is, but it's a pocket dimension you can like hand to somebody else, which is nice.
Yeah.
Came across once in the tower with the dice in it.
Maybe.
I said I want this bag in not Azaltire. What's his name?
Isilnor?
Yes, Isilnor. He was like, "Oh, it's a bag of holding." I was like, "Oh, neat."
Oh. Yeah, I remember that. Sure.
Oh fuck. It's Master Peter's bag of holding. I think if no one else sees that I have it, so basically if I want to know what's in the bag, I have to destroy it to get the contents out of it.
I don't know if this option was already discussed. Could I just like jump in there and see what's going on if I wanted to, or like just because I'm small? I mean, like New York.
It's like this big of a bag.
Okay, that's just thought I should throw that out there.
All right, well, I'll just hang on to that for now then, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if there's something that you're like, this might exist in here, you can try and reach it out, but you don't know what it is, so it does make it a little bit tricky.
That's crazy. Okay. I guess I'll take his staff as well then, his little cane.
Okay. Yeah, it's this sort of golden crooked rod of some kind. It's
one
definitely
from
magical.
the poem.
No. This is not the one that has the piece of heart in it. It's a different one.
Okay, so I probably need to like
Cast
investigate
Identify
this or cast identify, yeah, which I don't have, I guess.
All right. Well, you could spend half an hour
Put it
tuning
in
to
the
it.
bag of holding, and
Okay. Yeah, but just gone.
Can I see that he's messing with this bag of holding?
Yeah, I mean, you're all just hanging around.
Can I see that bag?
I chuck it to him, yeah, and then I proceed with lighting Master Pierre's body on fire. And I kind of
platinum. I say platinum, and I
reach
into
in, thinking about platinum. Yeah. You grab a large sack out of the bag.
Dang.
I open it.
Okay. It looks to be a large number of platinum pieces. Do you sit there and count?
No. Is it over 10?
Looks like it could be just over.
I put it back in the bag. I say, just one more thought. I say, gold. And
there is another bag, though substantially smaller. Looks like just when he doesn't want to, spend a whole platinum, he can spend some gold. You see, this bag also has some like silver and copper pieces in there as well, just to make change.
What a wonderful, the deck of many things. No,
not this time.
demon cards. Are you finished?
I'm gonna burn his body. Yeah,
okay.
I'm just burning his body, and then I'm done.
Okay. I'll say, Bran, roll a perception check as you're still hovering over the battlefield, if you can call it that.
Yeah, the execution.
The execution, realm. Yeah, no shit.
9.
Okay. I will say that you do notice a unicorn in the corner.
Where?
It sort of just in the crowd, a unicorn just kind of like hanging out, looking nervous.
Well. You don't see those every day.
Is it the same? Look like the same unicorn that we saw?
Yeah, you think so.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to swoop down and land by it. But as I'm coming down, I'm going to pass by Alec, and I'm going to say, Alec, and I'm going to point over at the unicorn as I fly down to it real quick to confront it.
Mm-hmm. You see, it takes like a couple steps backwards and then realizes there's no escape. So, oh, hello. Bran, is it?
Indeed. What might you be doing here?
Funny you should ask. Actually, I was just looking for Lord Rodrith. He hadn't returned from an early excursion. You wouldn't know nothing about that, I assume?
Mm,
Right.
Hey,
Whale eaten, yes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
and what exactly do you plan to do then?
That is a fantastic question. Well, it really does boil down to what happened to Rodrith, I'm afraid.
I like this guy.
What is Alec doing?
Yeah. When you see the unicorn, I'm saying we're just running into all sorts of friends today, and I'm gonna like kind of meander through the crowd to get to where you guys are at as well. If I hear him say anything about Lord Rodrith, I'm gonna say Rodrith is gone.
That is most unfortunate. Well, in that case, I suppose that I am unemployed.
What was your job with Rodrith? Why were you employed with him?
Well, it is a bit of a long story. I fell into his employ as a matter of circumstance more than anything. I was never really part of these larger schemes.
I'm gonna like just strangely pull a candle out of my pocket and I'm gonna light it.
you like what's the candle?
Just kind of calmly, and I'm gonna cast Fire Truth, like discreetly. Like he wouldn't know that I did it on the candle.
Oh, does it not have any verbal or semantic?
I don't actually. It might. Yeah. Let me see. It does take verbal, semantic. Yeah, it says a candle made of pure beeswax that's worth 25 gold pieces, which is consumed by the spell.
Yeah, so I mean, he wouldn't know
Okay.
what you're
Yeah.
casting, but he would
Okay.
certainly know that you're casting a spell.
Yeah,
He's
you
like,
like
he starts backing up.
I just kind of like put my hand around it to shield it.
Well, so the other gentlemen around haven't seen Tick Tick, was it?
Remind me your name.
Trisraith Regold.
So Logan, this spell, if the target knowingly tells a lie, the candle flares brightly. A half lie or slight deception causes the candle to gutter and flicker. And if the target tells an outrageous lie, the candle extinguishes. But if he tells the truth, the flame just stays like perfectly upright.
You think that is actually his name? Polygraph says good.
Yeah.
Hey, Wraith, why do you always sound like you're telling half-truths?
I often find myself in these difficult situations, usually involving you. And usually in these situations, I have to say something does keep my beautiful snout attached to my beautiful face.
I see.
Yes, of course. So, guess I'll be off then. Without Rodrith, I might as well make my own way in the world.
Don't move. What do you know about that fire over there?
Oh, that thing is quite an ordeal. I'm not sure how much of you saw, but there was a bit of frivolous activity around it.
A resurrection. Is that what they're doing?
Oh, I think I may have heard something about that. You see the candle kind of like flicker a bit.
Is it done? Is it over? Have we stopped it?
Well, it's certainly not looking great from my perspective, at the very least, but I don't know much about these things. Just your everyday unicorn.
So the resurrection won't happen then?
Oh, I'd venture to say not, but there is your law still around somewhere. You never know what that crazy pot's up to.
Did you have anything to do with Betrexen and all the people killed there?
Not directly. I think we're all in agreement that Pierre went a bit far with that one.
But you knew what Pierre was doing.
Not exactly. I was with you, very far to the south.
That's true. Candle stays upright, right?
Yeah.
What should we ask this unicorn? I kind of look at look at Sebney and Bran, and I guess I don't know Tick Tick.
Oh, I was gonna try to talk to Tick Tick on the side.
You still haven't seen Tick Tick. I mean, less Tick Tick, are you making yourself obvious at this point?
I was like right behind Pierre. I thought I would be pretty.
Pierre? Oh, Pierre.
Master Pierre. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You can be, I just thought you were, casting from the crowd and like backing off or something, but you can definitely just be right there.
I wanted to watch the
Great. Yes, in that case, yeah, Sebney, you can walk up to him if you'd like.
Tick Tick. We need to talk about Jordal.
What about him? He's dead.
Exactly. And I know you may not think it for good, but it had to be the only thing to do. I don't think you could have changed his mind. I don't think his own brother could have changed his mind. I'm sorry, we handled it with deceit.
Me too.
I can't offer you anything else, Tick Tick.
I'm aware.
How about you say we go back and bury them and try to give them a proper burial despite their improper death?
I buried him.
You buried him really fast then. I'd like to insight check, of course.
Roll deception check.
$22.
27.
Motherfucker. If I had advantage, I would have had a 27 also. So it doesn't change. Or not advantage, proficiency.
Yeah, you don't think he's lying, and you have seen Tick Tick do some pretty incredible things. So, wouldn't necessarily surprise you.
Makes sense, I suppose. What about the other two? Did you bury them in the same grave, or what'd you do with them?
No, I think I let the maggots feast on their corpses.
Odd comment for Tick Tick, but okay.
Ooh.
Well, maybe we can. I don't know. I feel till I can't really remember doing anything. I'm sorry if I killed him, but
You didn't kill him.
I kind of, get some sweat off him. You just got to understand, Tick Tick. Did you think Headmaster Pierre was a good man for what he did to these people?
Not at the end. Not after I found out.
Do you think he was a good man when it was discovered that he had Alec branded as a criminal?
A criminal is not the worst thing to be. The worst thing to be is a betrayer.
Possibly, but he had to go through something familiar. He was labeled as a betrayer to the Academy. He was framed, I suppose. But what I'm trying to say is that there is no justice that could have been done other than death to Jordal. I'm sorry that he was your friend, but Truth be told, I don't know how else we could have handled it. With words, yes, but he had his own conviction.
We could have stopped him.
In what way?
Killing him.
What way do you propose? We had given him many other options, and he had never changed.
Because he had resources at his disposal.
You were one of those resources.
If we stripped him of everything, all of this, his council, his chosen few, his gray army, he would have had no choice.
But then that would have been no different in death. Then he's no longer Jordal. He's what you want him to be.
Which is a better Jordal.
You could see that he was a man of conviction. His brother... Oh, I guess I want to remember that. Never mind. Jordal was a man of conviction. I doubt he would have not taken his own life if he had undergone such circumstances.
Then that would have been his choice.
Yes, we were.
Of course.
I suppose we just cut the time in half. Cut the risk in half, too. Is what he did at Betrexen wrong for killing all those people?
That wasn't Jordal.
Come on, Tick Tick. You know it was.
That wasn't Jordal. He could have told you himself if you didn't murder him. The lot of you.
I believe it was Jordal, and I think you're blinding yourself to the truth. It was his own white wizard that you wanted to kill so feverishly, too. They were all one and the same. Minor differences.
They were all preventing Jordal from being his best self. And they will pay the price for that, not Jordal.
What do you mean? They're all dead.
Not all of them.
Who are we missing? And must Marlem.
And the other one, the Inquisition.
Yolar. Yep.
Yolar.
Euler, is that his name? Well, then how are they any different from Jordal?
They corrupted a good man.
I don't believe it to be that way. And I don't think the past events say it's that way either. Typically, followers don't corrupt leaders.
They all had their own agendas.
I agree. But their agenda all fit to Jordal's agenda. The one he's strewn.
The one he never would have sought after if he didn't have their support at his back.
Can you see how it doesn't make sense? Why would they follow him? Why if he was being tricked or fooled, wouldn't he be a follower?
Because they all want the power of the...
Yes, and Jordal wanted it most. He was willing to usurp all the power of the land, something I suppose we have already done for his own personal gain.
And who decided the Emperor gets the power?
I suppose, but the Emperor isn't trying to bring back Dumar, or Isha Morven, or unleash a group of beholders. Can't you see it, Tick Tick? Can't you see it? I beg of you.
I can see it more clearly than you can.
I don't think you can, my friend.
Jordal is married, and I would like to stop talking about him now.
Okay. Maybe we can visit his grave or something to have some final closure. I'd like to apologize for your mic glitched.
Sorry, I said I have my closure.
Good. If you insist. I walk towards the lot that is meeting with Wraith, my old friend.
Sepney, oh, so good to see you. How are you?
Wraith?
Hello.
How are you doing?
Little bit nervous, actually. Your friends are asking me a lot of questions, and
they tend to do that.
Well, I was
because
just
of your associates.
As I said, I was about to just say I'm actually free now. No longer the employee of Lord Roderick. Yes,
Speaking of which, how were you employed? Did he pay you?
Oh, no, unfortunately not. I'd be a very rich man, I'd imagine.
Yes.
Wraith, you killed any innocent people?
Oh, well, I suppose it depends on your definition of innocent. You see the flame just goes out.
Fraser, that was kind of an odd question, Alec. Anyways. So what are you going to do now?
Oh, I don't know. I'd been in his employ for so long. It seemed a state of affairs for my life.
Once again, why were you employed with him? What made you come to do that?
It's a bit of a family endeavor.
What does that even mean?
Let's see how best to put this in a way that is simple yet clear.
Good thought.
May not be exactly what I look like on the outside.
Sorry? Come again?
You eat tabaxi?
Well, no. Unfortunately not. Oh, well, I suppose I haven't been today, but before that, we're getting a bit of good press around these parts. I'm actually Lord Roderick.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm actually Lord Roderick's brother, or was for a time. And, well, believe it or not, I was actually supposed to be the Lord, but you can see what that got me.
I don't understand. How are you the brother of a man while being a unicorn?
That is a very good question. Not one that can be easily explained. We did some digging, Lord Roderick and I, when we were younger, quite a bit younger than now, before either of us were Lord, of course, into the writings of a long dead wizard.
Dumar?
I think that may have been the name, yes.
Hey, it's just the only long dead wizard that comes to mind.
Well,
He's unforgettable.
Yes, he tampered with certain transference of one's consciousness into a different being. I'm sure you haven't heard of it.
Yeah, I think I get the gist of it. So now you explain this, it makes it clear that you aren't like this cool mythical creature that, Roderick found and is befriending, but you are next of kin to carry out his wish.
Well, I would not put it like that. In fact, I think that I am now this creature that you speak of, mythical and everything.
What will happen now? Your home is the material plane. I thought it to be of the upper planes, but I suppose that makes sense.
Yes, I don't know much of this plane stuff.
Like an airplane. No, like the material, anyways, I think we're gonna have to. No, he is a unicorn, but his mind is of man.
Yes, that's a great way to put it. I've been transferred.
So he still has ill will of man, assuming.
I think it's maybe half and half.
It's never half and half.
I think I'm a man mostly at heart, but I've also been a unicorn for quite some time. I think some of the goodness sort of rubbed off on me.
For as long as I've known you. Which is about 2 weeks.
It has been a couple of weeks, hasn't it? Wow.
Yeah, time flies. Trey's Wraith, we might have to kill you, man.
What? That, of course, won't be necessary.
You're in association with an organization that's trying to bring back a long dead wizard, like you said yourself. Association with the Grand Master of the Academy, who's responsible for the entire sacking of a city and killing of hundreds, if not thousands, of innocents.
Not anymore. He's no longer within our circle as, well, you know.
Indeed.
How do
Your
you
circle dwindles quickly.
Yes, I couldn't have reason to leave.
The chosen few grow fewer. Why shouldn't we shorten the circle even more right now?
Let's think. I'm not a very powerful entity. No one really believes in me. I have no great friends. I was forced to do it.
I don't think that one's true.
Forced to do what?
It's a bit of a stretch. Oh, you know, the whole chosen few thing. Well, you know, some other complications with it.
Regardless, your ship is sinking, and you're trying to jump overboard.
I'm not against the idea.
How long have you been with the chosen few?
Well, ever since the whole unicorn situation played out, it's been sort of a necessity for me, unfortunately.
Why? Why has it been a necessity? Sorry if I'm not getting it.
No, you see, when you go through this sort of transference process, it's not quite so simple as the books make it out to be. I'm not sure if any of you have tried to transform your consciousness into another being, but even Dumar made some mistakes with it, which eventually led to his death. With me, it was more... Well, the mistakes that we made were ignorance. And once I had made this transformation complete, it involved a certain pact. Essentially, I had to do whatever this voice in my head was instructing me to, which led me to Jordal, and Lord Rodrith and I made friends.
Voice in your head, is it like not your own?
Oh, it's definitely not my own, yes.
Who was the pact with?
That would be where the old wizard comes in.
Dumar.
But it seems his plan has failed. A good time to set off my own if I've ever heard one.
You were kind of the centerpiece.
No, not really.
Yeah, you were the only connection to Dumar.
I sort of gave some brief instruction. But
I assume he was the one who told you how to resurrect him.
Does he speak to you still?
Oh, yes.
What does he say now?
Oh, he's mostly telling me to run, which is starting to sound like a better idea.
I'm just going to casually turn and cast Create Bonfire 5 feet behind me.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. It's getting cold. Trey's right.
I think that if you look at it from my perspective, I stumbled into something I didn't understand, and then I had this voice commanding me to do things. I wasn't in my own body any longer. Can you cut me at least a little bit of slack?
Sure.
Thank you.
Is there any way we can sever the connection between you and Dumar?
That is the only way we won't kill you.
Oh. That's so funny. I actually had considered doing the severing myself, but... Well, my plan was to jump off a very high cliff. But the voices would not let me.
So he's in control.
No, well, not right now.
But when the time comes,
He will not allow me to kill myself, yes.
will he allow
But you
to?
wish to die.
No, I just wish his voice to stop. But I think maybe it will now. His plan is ruined. I think this is a
think
good
he'll-
time.
I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on him.
I thought
Okay.
about the same thing.
You cast it.
Yeah.
What was that?
Does the voice quelled?
Yes.
You're lying.
God damn it.
Before he started talking, I was like, yeah, just kill him. But now I kind of I'm rooting for the guy.
I know.
He's in a rough spot. He's been in a rough spot for a long time.
Dude is so just sad. Like, oh my God, it's
He's
fucking
like
funny.
fairly pathetic.
When he was sitting
Honestly,
there and going, yes, and I don't have any friends and no one respects me. I was like, well, fuck. He makes a good point.
Logan, you could do a really good Joker voice, I think. There's like little bits of like Joker in
Joker,
Trace
baby.
Wraith.
Oh,
Melvin,
I think.
Which Joker?
Like the animated
Bat-
series Joker.
Oh, Mark Hamill.
Yeah, Mark Hamill's Joker, yeah. Anyways.
Good
Well,
call.
shit. I extinguished the bonfire behind me. I don't know about you, but
You are definitely on the maybe kill spot.
Trace
You
Wraith,
earned
you
it.
should dedicate your life to ridding yourself from the evil wizards within you. I had one in me not that long ago, and it was the worst decision I had ever made.
This is
I am
true.
glad to have friends who have taken them away from me.
He's a recovering addict.
Yes, I've actually been dedicating my life to getting the voice out of my head. That's what led me here with the whole resurrection thing.
Right, because if he's in real life, he won't. Fair point.
Yeah, but the cure needs to not be worse than the disease. I mean, we could bring him here and kill him. That's what we did with my ancient wizard, but it could have easily gone the other way. Dumar is probably far worse than the wizard that I had, attached to myself.
A dragon form would be kind of rough.
Well,
How about this? If you... Oh, the man is so insignificant, I can't remember his name. If you help us kill the last of the chosen few.
Yolar?
Yeah, your lie.
I suppose I could help. Not sure what that would do for the voice inside my head, but it might be able to
Want
at
to do
least
anything. It would help your reputation in our eyes, though.
And maybe we could help you rid the voice inside your head.
You would do that?
Pathetic as you are, you seem fairly harmless and maybe not worth killing. I don't know. Yeah, we would do that. We would do that.
I don't know. Yeah.
I would very much like that. I've been pretty much solely interested in that for a long time now.
Does this voice command you and cause you to do things that you don't want to do?
Oh, regularly. But I think that I could fight it off. It's just that in the past, everything he told me to do was to get the voice out of my head. You have to understand it.
Who gave, besides Dumar, who influenced you to help bring him back? Like, what made you finally choose that option? Or were you just manipulating the rest?
No, far from it. Dumar instructed me to join this chosen few. He told me to allow my brother to ascend before me, become the Lord. Yes.
Who did he say to contact anyone specific?
I mean, there were the other members of the chosen few, yes. Rather specifically.
I don't know what you guys want to do, but I'm not going to put this unicorn down. He seems like a fool.
That's I am.
But when I asked him if he had killed innocents, the candle went out, which meant he was lying.
This is true.
My hands are dirty too, so I don't know. I can't make that judgment call. Perhaps I look at Bran. Perhaps Torm knows best. Just going to go around executing people based on Torm's word and my candle flickering. True.
Hey, side note, I feel really bad because we tried to do this with Jordal, and now we're just doing this right in front of Tick Tick. I assume this is not his fault.
I see. Like we just
an equally morally compromised friend of his.
A man that he believes manipulated Jordal.
Haven't we seen like Jordal do a bunch of bad stuff though? Like
right
with our own eyes, whereas the unicorn's just always like there, just like, don't hurt me, don't kill me.
That the first time we went into like a dungeon that was like the elemental ones, we were talking about how Jordal would like hire people to come get these artifacts and then like kill them.
Yeah, that's right. Ambush them and kill them. And,
yeah. So that was when I was like, oh, what a dick.
But that's just good business.
It's dirty. It's not good. I think we call it pretty dirty business.
I don't know what to do with this unicorn. It's not my call.
Well, perhaps if he helps us, we can help him. Perhaps he can regain a bit of pride with himself, as he appears to have none. Perhaps a friendship is to be gained.
I come to terms. I realize. No. Tick Tick, what should we do?
I think you're muted.
Have
there we go.
A reputation to uphold. And as I say that, the stones which have been just circling my head, I'm just gonna send them out to try and kill Triswraith.
Okay, roll for those attacks.
First one is an 18.
Yep.
Uh, 16. That'll hit. Hit. 9. 14. 11. 15. Yeah, that'll hit.
You're hitting Triswraiths with the animated objects, the stones.
Yeah, 12. Yeah. So 8 hit. $51 points of damage, bludgeoning.
God damn.
How would you like to do this? As you one-shot Triswraith with your stones.
I just want them to all at once just fly towards him and basically just all of the stones ram through his body as just he starts to bleed out from all these holes as they just go flying through his body.
This is like in the X-Men movie when they give Magneto the She injects that guard. Yeah.
Yep, exactly like that.
Got the two things swirling around.
As Tick Tick assassinates Triswraith Raygold, completely shattering his unicorn body to bits, his eyes briefly gloss over with white as Tick Tick feels the power of the energy coursing through him once again. We're going to pick up there next time. Outside the walls of Wessenshore.
Who's left of the